Welcome back, everybody. Well, Inter and PSG, they have already qualified for next season's Champions League season, including all of these teams. They'll be joined by the likes of Napoli, Newcastle, Tottenham, Union Saint-Gilloise, who will play in the Champions League for the very first time. Galatasaray is in there as well. You've got Olympiacos, Ajax. There's a wide range, isn't there, Nigel? But 6 English teams will play in the Champions League next season.
Yeah, if an English team doesn't win it next season, then it's going to be a drab for the Premier League. We can't say that they're the best league in world football. They've got a big advantage there. If I had to pick a winner for me, Poppy, I'm going to go with Liverpool. They won the Premier League last year. They're recruiting well. Frimpong going there and some other players maybe following, Florian Wirtz as well. They're making a statement. And I think next year their priority will probably be the Champions League after winning the Premier League in front of their fans. If I had to pick a dark horse, I must say I can't call him a dark horse, but I'm intrigued at Xabi Alonso going at Real Madrid now.
What a dark horse.
That is a great dark horse to pick.
Biggest winner of the competition.
Biggest winner is my dark horse that I would say. No, actually, you know what? Just because you said that, forget Real Madrid.
Okay.
I'm going to go with PSG to maybe do the double.
Oh, yeah, another
That's your dark horse?
What's wrong with that? They just won their first one. They were crawling and they just learned how to walk today. All right, thank you.
Own rules again. Tony, what do you think? Who have you got winning it next season?
I'm stunned by the dark horse. Barcelona next year. I think they right the wrongs from this year. They learned, obviously, that they may need to change a couple things, but I think they're good enough. They certainly have the talent to win. I think Hansi Flick probably learned a massive lesson against Inter Milan in the semifinals. And if I had to pick a dark horse, I'm gonna think about Bayern Munich. As historic as they are, just Vincent Kompany, new manager. They really haven't been a contender over the last couple of years. Can they continue to build? Yeah, Bayern Munich.
So Bayern Munich classify more as a dark horse.
I would say
more times than PSG.
Yeah. PSG just won it 5 minutes ago.
One time, but okay. Bayern Munich won it way more times. Okay, I agree.
There's a couple elite teams here. Barcelona, PSG, Liverpool are the elite teams for me that can redo. I think PSG has a really good shot at redoing it. They have a great balance. They can make some additions and really make danger. If Barcelona learn how to defend, they are the best team in the world right now. With Yamal, with Rafinha, with Lewandowski, with all the pieces they have. They just, when they're doing circus defending, then it is going to be difficult for them. So if they tweak it, if they can, then maybe they have a chance. Liverpool is the other elite team. Then there's a bunch of really good teams that are in that next layer. Atletico Madrid would be my dark horse.
Okay. Did you have Atleti for this year's dark horse, by the way? Do you remember?
Well, we did a Champions League bracket in the beginning, and I had Atletico going through, so I had picked the dark horse. But obviously, Alvarez, 2-touch penalty.
Oh,
I don't want to go back down that rabbit hole right now.
Controversial moments. Jimmy, who are you going for?
Yeah, not to regurgitate what the guys said. I agree ultimately with their picks, but I am intrigued by 2 teams. One would be Real Madrid under Xabi Alonso, making some key signings, bringing Trent Alexander-Arnold in, and trying to find that balance, right, that I think they were missing under Carlo Ancelotti. But I'm also really intrigued by Manchester City. Just because can Pep Guardiola refines that form that they're known for, they're going to have the horses to do it. They're probably going to make some signings over the summer, too. They're going to be competitive. Arsenal, you never know with Arsenal, but they're probably just going to Arsenal. Newcastle, Tottenham, Chelsea, you know, as they start to get some confidence, winning the Conference League, maybe there's something there. I'm kind of just looking at the English teams because they have so many competitors in there. Napoli coming in, Antonio Conte now going to stay. Kind of curious how they balance multiple competitions. Yeah, with some signings. So, yes, ultimately, I don't think you can get away from what the guys chose, but I am intrigued by a few storylines.
Yeah, I think Napoli's going to be really interesting, especially if Kevin De Bruyne goes there. I think Manchester City may be a different team to what we saw with the disappointments by their standards this season. I find it really difficult to pick a winner in
What about Nottingham Forest?
No,
they were so close.
Low blow.
Yeah.
Low blow. That was not nice.
Maybe the owner should come in and yell at us in here.
I can't believe no one picked Arsenal.
Manager to the side.
No one
Are you surprised?
Arsenal.
Do you think Arsenal's going to win it?
No, I don't think Arsenal's going to win it. No, I don't think
exactly.
So,
I'm actually going to go with Manchester City to win it next season. My dark horse would be Napoli, though, because I'm really intrigued to see how they look, especially, like you said, Jimmy, with Conte.
That's not nice. I would have picked Arsenal ahead of Manchester City.
No, you wouldn't.
I would have picked Arsenal ahead of Manchester City.
Okay.
That's harsh.
You and the bookies are thinking the same thing.
Liverpool, there you go. I picked Liverpool. Top. Liverpool.
Chelsea's pretty high.
Where's my dark horse?
Barcelona lesser odds than Arsenal?
They can't defend.
I'd put some money on Barcelona.
Every English team is there except Tottenham. No surprise, but okay. It's going to be very interesting.
By the way, are you concerned to see Tottenham playing in the Champions League next season?
I'm scared and horrified for them, but at least they can have some good nights there at the Tottenham Stadium. So it's going to be interesting.
Imagine Barcelona sitting where they're sitting there at plus 920, right?
Yes.
Why do you? Hold on. Why do you think that is? Why do you think they're sitting there? They've built their house from the roof down. And every house has to be built with a foundation and then going up. And they're doing the reverse, and they have one of the best attacking teams. We should have been watching tonight Yamal and Rafinha and Lewandowski in this final. We don't get to watch them. And they're plus 920. And the reason why they are, with 3 potential Golden Ball winners in their team, is because they continue to defend the way they defend, which is actually nuts. But that seems like value in Chelsea up there is interesting.
Do you know what's quite interesting as well? That Liverpool are top, and obviously it's Liverpool and Real Madrid. And there's been a lot of how would I say, uncomfortness about Trent Alexander-Arnold leaving Liverpool to go to Real Madrid. Liverpool fans are not happy with it because they look at their club as, you're one of our own, we're a big club, world, you know, one of the most successful clubs in England right now. Why do you want to go to Real Madrid? So that dynamic is actually quite interesting, how close they are together, which makes me think it shows also how much Liverpool would want to win the Champions League next year, because they've done the domestic title and they've equalled Manchester United. So I think that is going to be their main priority next year.
And they came through it with such ease, didn't they? The Premier League, it felt like the title was wrapped up so long ago. Grell, how do you feel about the league phase? Obviously, this is the first time that we've seen this Champions League format. Are you a fan now we've seen it in its entirety?
No, unfortunately, I'm not really a big fan. I don't think that the other format was like much better. But this format, with Liverpool won the league, and it seemed like to me they didn't really get the full benefit. They had to play PSG even quite early on in the tournament, so they didn't get any real benefit except for the bye. PSG coasted through the first 8 games, and I mean that they were not very good. They didn't have to put a lot of energy into it. Inter played their second team in the first 8 games and got to the final. So I think it leaves a lot of room for error. 8 games, and only 12 teams get eliminated, and those 12, probably 8 of those 12 teams don't really
it's by design, though. We want the big matchups.
And
we got some good
matchups.
Like now with the Europa League as well.
It's too easy to qualify.
It's too
You've got
easy
8 games to make. You can make mistakes along the way. And the other thing is, how about the reseeding? You just played eight rounds of games, and then you should just seed what you already figured out. What are we doing here?
We're celebrating the end of the season.
Is there anything in there?
Yeah.
What's in there?
Some good old-fashioned beer.
I think it's beer. Is it beer? Cheers.
Yep. Cheers, cheers, cheers.
Cheers. We're not supposed to click them too hard.
Match of the
Danke
season.
schön. Danke schön. Danke.
Cheers, cheers, cheers to a great season.
Danke.
Season it has been. Chug, Nige, let's see.
Oh, why is it always Nige going to be the one that does it, huh?
What a day. This is the best day I've ever had here at work.
This cat
Is it nice, though?
Fed me all day.
You like it?
Now we're drinking. It's great. Great day.
Is it gone,
Nige
Nige?
Das ist gut. Das ist gut, ja. Das ist
I'll
gut.
switch you. This is a better one.
I can't even drink it. I can't get my...
Have another. Jeff's probably having one of these somewhere.
He had 10 last night. What are you talking about now?